Hello, and welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement for the TLC review. Of course, I'm Patrick Young. This guy to my right is the face whose mom owns the place, Joe Venuta.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is our TLC review, which there's been a lot of mixed opinions on the show.
Yes,
so
there
far.
has been.
On Friday, there's a late switch up due to viral meningitis. It made a car better.
Yeah. It did. But our prediction review was a little out of whack.
Right. So.
However, we did still keep our picks, though.
Right. So, both the matches that did change, we were right in. So.
Yes. So that really helped.
Now that I mentioned, I don't think I kept score of what the record was, if I was right or not. How much what my record was for pay-per-view.
I'm not sure either.
So, I'll keep that track going as we go on. The first match was on the kickoff between Alicia Fox and Sasha Banks. Now, as you're seeing this on Tuesday morning, now World Team Captain for the World Women's Division. That's what I shared, Alicia Fox.
Yeah, Alicia's the captain now.
Or as Karen called her winner tonight on Raw, Alisa. Versus Sasha.
They called her Lisa too.
The match was. He didn't see the match.
No, I didn't.
The match was very good, especially for Alicia Mash.
There was one time we went to a house show in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yes.
And we were hanging around the building all day because they had a little wrestling pitch in there. And every time we walked by, like their loudspeakers outside, they kept on calling Alicia Fox Alicia Fox.
Alicia. So apparently it's very easy to mess up that name.
Yes.
The match was very good, especially considering Alicia held her own. Yeah, that match should be minus. Now we move on to the main card where another women's division match opened up the show between Asuka versus Emma.
Yeah. For a debut match, I thought it was a pretty good match for main roster for Asuka. Maybe have her be a bit more dominant, but that's really only nitpicking. I can really only say it's nitpicking. However, Emma's actually proving my theory right. She actually may be Asuka's best opponent. And if you watch Monday Night Raw tonight, she pulled another great match out of Asuka. It's not really that difficult to, but
right.
Emma seems to have a good track record with her. I did end up giving this match a B. I thought it was a really good match. Again, my only problems would be more nitpicking. And they probably could have done more with it as well. And they probably could have added more time to the match so they could actually add even more.
Yeah, what was it, 10 minutes, 9 minutes?
Yeah.
I had different Asuka should have been booked a little differently. Given it was Asuka's main roster debut, and she was pushed as an absolute killer. But I was sort of really happy with how the match we got, how it ended up. Both women have great chemistry with each other, and they delivered a really good match. I too gave it a B as well. I will say I wouldn't been nitpicking as much if they had played up that Asuka was injured going into the match during the weeks of vignettes. Even if Sharon's a killer, also told about her injury.
Yeah, that would have actually helped.
Yeah, it's like we said, it's just nitpicking, but definitely one of Roll's stronger women's matches.
Oh yeah.
It was a strong night for Roll's woman for the most all night last night.
Yeah.
But definitely one of Roll's stronger women's matches since the arrangement. And Emma has proven that she's the most underrated women's wrestler in the company.
Yeah, and that she should be getting more opportunities.
Up next was Cedric Alexander and Rashawn versus Gentleman Jack Gallagher and Grant Kendrick.
It was a really good cruiserweight match. By cruiserweight, I actually mean by WCW standards.
Yes.
Like, it was very high-flying, very entertaining, very action-packed. Everything the cruiserweight should be. Everything the crowd needs to see cruiserweights and think that's definitely what I like to see out of them. out of the high flyers, all the technical wrestlers. It was a bit short for my taste. It probably could have gone longer, especially what else happens on this card. Yeah, it really could have gone a bit longer and actually had a bit more time to flesh out what they were doing. But it was just a fun aerial spot fest match, which is Cruiserweight special. I ended up giving this match a B-.
I thought the Cruiserweight tag was also really good. I thought they did a good job structuring the match out, how it played into the finish, with the bully choke into the, it was on Rich Swann. I don't know, Cedric, then Rich Swann broke up with the Phoenix Splash.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Then when Cedric got the hot tag in, though, he went nuts on Kendrick, I believe it was, to the fall and hit the lumbar chuck. And I still believe Cedric's one of the guys in the division. Actually, I also believe this for Swan and Dale too, also in that. That they could be guys, major stars outside the division.
Yeah.
So I believe I have a few others as well, but in the case of this match, yes, I like the way it was structured and all that. I gave it a little better grade. I did think it was short, but it did keep up the streak that Enzo ruined at No Mercy of strong cruiserweight matches. Oh, don't worry.
He'll be back.
But at least they broke 50-50 here on this site. I gave it a B. Up next, Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the Raw Women's Championship.
You're actually going to hear something surprising from me. I thought this match was better than Asuka's match.
I'm not surprised. You fanboy over Alexa.
No, I thought there was a lot of more effort from Alexa than there has been in her previous matches. I also really like the exchanging moves. Like I felt like partially like they were paying attention to all types of wrestling, like New Japan, and like how they would like dodge each other's strikes and then do the final kick thing, and then do the kick and slap thing to knock each other down. I felt like Mickie did like she always does a great job, but I felt like Alexa really put on her working boots on Sunday. I'm actually going to give this match a B+.
I thought this match was just as good as Asuka and Emma. That's which one I like better. The more telling story here is I only thought Alicia and Sasha was a step on. That's the more telling thing. The both matches. It was yet another really good match. There was really good storytelling throughout with the arm injury hold. And the only noticeable loss in the match was Mickey's missile drop kick. Well, because Mickie was over here, Alexa was over here. Miscommunication, but it didn't take away from the match. I gave it a B. Up next, Enzo Amore versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship.
And back through the Cruiserweights we go. This was a dull match. It's just weird to say with Kalisto in the ring, because at least you'll get like high-flying offense. He did do a couple moves that were very aerial, but it didn't really pique my interest as much. This is the flip side of having Enzo being the top of your division. He's not that strong of an in-ring worker on his own. You would have to hide that weakness somehow. And I think also going forward, it's not going to get much better because the heat that he would have had he just had the title the whole time and do it Honky Tonk Man style. Go on to be an incredibly long cruiserweight champion, then drop to somebody very quickly. I think that interest is gone when he gets to the second ring, because Enzo actually does get the pinfall here.
Yeah.
I ended up giving this match an F.
Well, number one, Enzo and Kalisto ended the streak of really good matches on the show.
Yes.
It was literally just a completely forgettable match. There's something else sad. I literally watched this match twice in the last 48 hours, 24 hours, and I can tell you I have no idea what the hell happened. It's not the only match I said about, though. It's only one other. But I do give it a F. Up next, AJ Styles versus Finn Balor in one of two matches that were affected by viral meningitis because Bray Wyatt turned off Sister Abigail and saved Bray Wyatt from
and actually, praise Jesus, it actually saved the show. Because this was my favorite match of the night. It's a match I always wanted to see, too. Especially when I started getting to New Japan a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm just going to go off in one bold statement. I'm pretty sure it's not all that bold. But I want to see more. I don't think anybody else will complain if they see more Finn and AJ. Then we got to see a cool demon paint too. I know some of you out there didn't like
I'll just point out
the Halloween style.
Thank you.
This guy right here.
Not even his biggest fan, our friend Isaiah, liked the Great Pumpkin Charlie Finn.
I fucking really did like Finn.
No, I did say not even his biggest fan liked the Great Pumpkin Charlie Balor. I didn't try to Finn Charlie Balor. He was a pumpkin. It was a creepy pumpkin. That wouldn't cool if if it wasn't in the shape of a pumpkin structure. But who cares? We didn't get the pumpkin. We didn't get Society Girl.
Yeah. There's really not many more compliments they can do in this match. If you haven't seen it yet, I would recommend you go see it because this is definitely a match of the year contender for me, A+.
This is one of the two matches I go in depth with here. Well, first of all, AJ and Finn, this is still the show. It was an excellent match to the former Bullet Club leaders. Now, a lot of people, on Friday when the match was announced, it was definitely psyched compared to where Finn originally was.
Yes.
I was saying that this is the type of match that lacks a backstory, that has a very easy backstory to tell. But what they did, considering the fact that AJ had wrestled two matches previously, and it was like an 18-hour flight before then, they did prove that sometimes all you need to have is a great match. Sometimes all you need to have a great match is just the two great athletes like those two.
Yeah.
Having a competitive, physical, back and forth to prove what a better man was, and that's exactly what they did.
It also is good when the fans actually understand why this match is important as well. It was the battle of former Bullet Club bosses. It had Red Hot, actually Big Four like atmosphere in Minneapolis. The great back and forth again, competitive action, plus great bumping and selling, especially on AJ's part, which is one of his strong points. But I mean, the way he sold the shotgun dropkick into the corner, he bounced off the turnbuckle and then rolled with it, and then the Kunde Corral that they did was easily the stiffest that Finn had. A little bit of strong style in WWE.
Yeah, that literally was like a sword or a knife right for the heart.
Yeah.
Finn landed straight with that.
Yeah, like you also said too, Finn actually felt like he wrestled different.
As the demon, like NXT, he felt more aggressive. Finn was the heel in the match, I'm assuming, if you had to pick. The post-match Too Sweet, which wasn't indicative of the Young Bucks for anybody probably wondering that.
Yes.
That was also amazing, an excellent match. A+. Moving on there, Elias versus Jason Jordan.
I guess we should talk about the promos that I had throughout the night.
Yes.
On the kickoff, wasn't something like Jordan was talking to Angle?
Yeah, Jordan.
I didn't get to see the kickoff, so I'll have Joe talk.
Jordan was talking to Kurt about Kurt making his return to 11 years, and then Elias came in and said that he wanted time to perform a concert. Kurt gave it to him, and Jordan laughed and said that Elias is going to wrestle on pay-per-view. And then Elias said back to him, "Well, at least I'm willing to pay-per-view." And then walked away. Then
Elias earlier in the show has 2 different times he tries to have his concert,
On the stage.
and both on the stage, and both times he gets vegetables and produce and fruit thrown at him from Jason Jordan with a shopping cart.
Alright.
Yeah, I could see if it was stretched out, maybe I would find a bit more enjoyment, but just, you could have had something else on this pay-per-view that would benefit from it, instead of just a feud that's not really going to go much else.
You could have another women's match.
Or, you could have actually had Drew Gulak's PowerPoint presentation.
But there was timetable with the kickoff. That was on the kickoff. That was just on the kickoff.
And that was on the kickoff.
Right.
Well, you could have had it on the pay-per-view. Or, give him more time to Emma and Asuka.
Or Bailey and Dana could have gotten a match.
Yeah.
They could have gotten the whole division, see?
The whole thing was about, 15 minutes of wasted time with this pay-per-view?
Yeah.
They could have easily went to somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And the match wasn't even that good.
No.
In fact, I'll say it's really boring. I would actually go on the line and say it may have actually been worse than Enzo and Kalisto.
Potentially, yeah.
So for me, there's really only one grade to give it F.
Okay, I want to talk about this main event, so I'm just going to say Elias and Jordan happened. F. And the main event, the Ambrose Kurt Angle Seth Rollins versus The Miz, Braun Strowman, Cade, and Lawler versus Arnold Sheamus.
Yes.
Handicap TLC match.
Alright,
I have a lot here, so.
yeah, there's a lot to talk about in this match. I guess I'll say that I really did like this match. I did. Most of my problems with it are nitpickish. Things like, for Angle's return, I kind of wanted to see Angle in his gear, with his entrance, with his pyro, with his gold medals, doing his pose down the ramp. I want to see full Angle regalia on his return. We got the shit, we got him in Shield gear walking down to Shield music, which I guess could be kind of cool. But when I want to see Angle return WWE, I want his full glory. I want his patriotic music going off behind him. I want the crowd chanting "You suck" at him. I want just his ridiculous pyro. I want his gold medals around his neck. It's a bit more nitpickish, but it's sort of the angle I want to see, and it may have actually been the biggest problem I actually had with the match, which is actually a good sign. Other than that, this match actually felt very Attitude Era. It had
That's the only thing this week.
Yeah, it had that very Crash style, and just with a lot of spots thrown at you, very very cool looking spots thrown at you, and just looked like all out war. This match, I ended up giving it an A-.
First, I want to say it was quite the clusterfuck. But I still enjoyed the crap out of it. First of all, I actually did really like Angle coming out in the Shield gear because I thought it was a wonderful character touch since Angle used to do goofy shit like that all the time during his first WWE run. Or actually during the first part of his career in WWE.
Yeah, I could see doing the comedy stuff, but it's Angle's first match back in 11 years.
And that's why I didn't have a problem with it. Because even though it was a different outfit, I still knew who it was. And by the way, he still looked like Angle, like he didn't lose a step. I do want to point that out.
Yeah.
Like most of the part-timers, you
the
can
guy's
tell
a machine.
Slow down. Like, no disrespect, Undertaker's broken down over the years. Brock's 5 moves.
Although he looked great, but I have a feeling that WWE took him out of the match and put him back in it just to be on the safe side.
Well, I can't blame that, especially if they're saying for one-on-one matches.
Yes.
Yeah. The actual match was such a cluster. I really loved it. Dina said, first of all, they were on fire from start to finish, and they had some short performances by then. The Miz played his role to absolute perfection, and the rest of the guys, Braun, Kane, Cesaro, and Sheamus, did their parts very well too. I actually liked all the twists and turns.
Yeah.
Angle getting out of the match and getting destroyed by Braun was great. And his eventual comeback with his own music was a goosebumps-worthy moment.
Yeah.
Him just throwing all the bad guys around and signature suplexes and angle slams. It's ruled. The Braun and Kane angle I thought was also executed really well. It made Braun look badass as usual.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go on and feel like I will actually say Angle could stay the match. If he wasn't sick, I actually feel like the match could have even been better had Roman been able to compete. But, but Kurt was still in the match.
Absolutely, yeah.
God damn, I guess I still have voice watching this. So the super enjoyable stuff, I too gave it an A-. And then overalls.
For the overall on this card, I ended up giving it a B.
Okay. Overall, I thought the show was really damn good. Only 2 bad forgettable matches, and the rest of the matches.
I'm sorry, B+, I gave it.
And the rest of the matches were from really good to great, and I thumbs up here. I too gave it a B+.
Yeah.
What did we disagreed on 1 match.
Yeah.
2 matches.
And it was more or less, I like this match better, but I still see the merits in the other match.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You gave the Crucial Tag a B-, I gave it a B. You gave Alexa and Mickey a B+, I gave it a B. That was literally the differences.
Yes.
2 matches. That was it.
Yeah.
Everyone else was agreed on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
We gotta start saying Bliss instead of Alexa.
I hate that name, Bliss. I don't ever get when people call people by their last names. Oh, that voice.
You're right, Venuta.
Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine, John. Now though for the TLC review. We'll be back with the Raw review on Raw SmackDown Live NXT to my live reviews. If there's any news, because there's barely been any news.
Well, it'll probably be news by Friday.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
On the weekend, and this week's throwback review will be done on Friday night and be uploaded Saturday morning.
Which will be Hell in a Cell.
Saturday.
And it'll be Hell in a Cell 2011.
Or as the site that we normally get the randomizer off of, called it the good, the bad, and the unbelievable, whatever the fuck that meant.
Yeah.
And then the following week, on Tuesday morning next week, we'll be seeing WrestleMania 8 review.
Yes.
Which I think we have 2 good shows based on the sound of cars. Well, no, it's good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, like in WWE, I know in the WrestleMania DVD, they said it was, they didn't really put it in a positive light.
Oh, no,
but the last few times I watched it, I loved that WrestleMania.
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hogan and Sid isn't the right choice for main event.
No.
If I remember correctly, it doesn't bomb either. You just gotta remember it's a Hogan match back then. So
yeah.
And Andrew Bomb was Papa Shango after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, and then of course in 4 weeks it'll be a very long Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah.
Very long. So House of Hardcore better be good.
I better be missing NXT War Games.
As you would keep on beating your head in, that week. Yes, all the videos will be on time that weekend. The only problem will be your War Games review will not be up until Sunday morning, not Saturday night, because we're trusting House of Hardcore to make us miss War Games live. That beat me a first ball match between Tommy Dreamer versus Joey Mercury. I get why they're doing it. I'm just saying. I'm missing War Games now.
Well, anyway, we probably wouldn't talk about it that much in the video.
And Magnus versus
unless House of Hardcore really sucks.
And Magnus
which it never really does.
And Magnus versus Billy Gunn. No offense to either guy. I am looking forward to it because it's the first time I'll see Eric's going to have a live mic since leaving WWE on the indie scene. So that one will be highlighted when I actually told about that.
Yes.
So, who's also been backstage at WWE. So, well,
exactly.
But I'll probably be in the news this week. And we'll see you on Friday. Or Saturday. Bye.